I always find it a little bit unusual returning home after a big journey. You hold yourself, just yourself, in that space, knowing the experiences you've had and how they've changed you. And when people ask how your trip was, it's pretty hard to put into words. So this was me, back in Melbourne. That feeling of movement, of being transient, that craving for new experiences was still with me. I'd just been travelling up the east coast of Australia for 3 months in a van that my friend had lent me while he was overseas. I had returned feeling inspired and not really ready for the journey to end. And that's why I decided to, once again, throw caution to the wind, and despite the uncertainties, despite what society was telling me, I followed my intuition and what felt right for me, and decided to spend all the money I had on buying my own van to live in full-time by myself. So this is the next chapter of my book. Kia ora, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Josje. So I literally just spent all of my money on my new baby, and I'm gonna take you through the process of how I converted it today, because I bought it with the seats in the back and everything. So this van popped up in Melbourne and I saw it that day, called the lady, she said, yep, come have a look. I took my friend Kevin with me, who's a mechanic, and so he could look over the engine and stuff like that, because I don't really know much about cars and I wanted to have a second opinion, obviously. And she was asking $5,200 for it, and I had $5,000 to my name. So I bought a 2004 Toyota Hiace Commuter van with 193,000 kilometers on the clock for $4,800. And ideally I was looking for something that was already converted into a little camper, but I didn't have quite enough money for that, so that's not essentially how it rolled out, but it worked out for the best. I just trusted that everything was going to work out, and it totally did. So let's get stuck in. So much room for activities. I can pretty much stand up. It's like slightly, just gotta bend my knees a little bit. Sick. Once I ripped the flooring out, it was just like filled with dirt, so I had to go take it to the car wash and water blast the shit out of it, which was actually really fun. Really satisfying job. Pretty dirty. I've just laid down a template for the floor, and I'm trying to do everything on a bit of a budget. Yeah, I found this massive roll of carpet in this carpet shop that we drove past the other day. They were like throwing away a whole bunch of stuff, so I just like asked them if I could take it. So I got that for free, which is really good, which I'm gonna lay down first. It's like insulation, and then I did spend a little bit of money on these pieces of plywood, but it's like really nice marine ply that I'm going to use as my flooring, and then like put some oil on it so it'll be super nice. Let's do it!
I don't know where I'm going, roaming black. Just fine.
The floor is all dry and beautiful. You may be wondering who this person is. This is my friend Kevin.
Hi.
Hey guys. So Kevin sort of followed my journey from when I was sailing on Delos and recently with sailing on the Vagabond as well. Kevin's a mechanic by trade, so he said if you need some help, I'm happy to look over it for you, that kind of stuff. So
it's been fun.
It's actually been really good, yeah. Every little thing that we're doing that's like a little bit off, because we're like
on a budget. I mean, if you have infinite amount of cash.
Yeah.
But we're like making do with what we got.
Yeah, trying to like recycle or whatever as much as possible, so totally on a budget, so sometimes things don't like fit perfectly or whatever, so
Should be right.
should be right, mate. Smoke a couple of ciggies, have a think about it.
That's right.
All good. Thanks for all your help, Kevin. You've been absolute legend. Couldn't do it without him. Well, I probably could have, but it probably would have taken me like 5 times as long.
Puts my mind at ease. I don't know where I'm going.
The electrical side of stuff is not my strong point at all, but pretty much what I started with was figuring out how much current I would be drawing if I would be charging all of the things that I'm going to be charging at the same time. I decided to get 1100 watt inverter, and in terms of my house battery, I got a AGM deep cycle gel battery, which is freaking heavy. I'm also looking at getting 2 100 watt solar panels, get a charge controller, hook that up to the house battery, so that means when I get my little fridge and if I'm stationary for like a week or something, hopefully that solar will be able to keep the battery nice and full so that I can continue using power. That's the plan. Electrical shit with Josje. I don't know what I'm doing. Turns out it was cheaper to just buy a bed frame from IKEA than it was to buy the materials and build one myself. So that's what I did. It was like 150 bucks. The only thing I changed was the height of the bed because I wanted more storage underneath. All you need is an Allen key and a screwdriver. You could take the legs off, and then I just cut the height that I wanted on new legs. There was like a headboard on the bed, so I just took that off and used the materials from that to make new legs. And then just screwed all the legs to the floor and then in the back to the walls as well. So it's like sturdy as, mate. There's so much storage. You could fit like 5 people in here if you wanted to. Have a little party. Oopsies. Now we're just gonna cut this. Bada bing, bada boom! Alright, we got the cabinet in, which is exciting. Some friends of mine run an organisation called Calendula Fields, which is a little bee sanctuary, and their kind of aim and mission is to inspire people to live a more sustainable and organic lifestyle. And I was in the home of one of the lovely ladies who owns it, and I saw this like cabinet and I just like completely fell in love with it. And I was like, what are you doing with that cabinet over there? And then she was like, not really sure. And then they very generously gifted it to me to put in my van because they support my journey and I support their journey, so it was a really nice exchange. It's from like 1910 or 1920 or something, so I've had to do some reinforcing, so I've like put new ply on the back and on the side here and put a million screws in and even modified like the back here so it fits in the groove of the roof. But I'm stoked, it's got this really awesome latchy thing and we'll put the door on soon and it'll look sick. Oops, that wasn't very smooth, Josje. It's a thing of beauty, tell you what. Alright, last one. Boom. This shit ain't going anywhere. Alright, back to work. So just a little tip, everything takes so much longer than you think it will. That's definitely something I've learned. So it's been rather busy and rather stressful at times. But in saying that, I've really been enjoying this project, starting from scratch and just creating everything exactly how I want it. It's all going to be worth it in the end, so keep going. Today is move-in day into the van. I am heading to Adelaide tomorrow, so I gotta pack up my room and move all my things into the van, and I'm feeling really good about it. Bits and bobs. And also, what I'm really stoked about is this for my clothes, and it matches Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to keep up to date with my journey as I continue to travel around Australia. And just quickly before you guys go, these videos are made possible by those who support me on Patreon, and I just want to say massive love, so much gratitude for you guys. If you do resonate with what I'm up to, I highly encourage you to head over there and join the community. There's specific stuff that I just post to Patreon, so you receive like exclusive content and you become a part of the journey. And it's my aim to keep the flame of creativity alive, to continue to inspire, to connect, to grow, to share, to love. So it's so much stronger when we do those things together. Cool beans, I will see you guys in a couple weeks.